Welcome back, another episode. The bees were still on the loose after the 911 incident. They broke into a perfume launch party. They also got together to form this enormous bee cloud. Flying across was rendered difficult by it. When planes unintentionally sailed into that bee cloud, several of them crashed. More people were being killed by bees than by natural disasters. Most of the planes, if not all of them, were unaware of the bee cloud in advance. If they had, Athena would never have escorted a prisoner aboard an aircraft arriving in Lax. She was Dennis Jenkins's escort. Her fiancé was killed by him more than 30 years ago. After he struck a settlement with the federal government, he was the target of assassination attempts. Jenkins and a human trafficker had shared a cell. Underage girls were found by the human trafficker for wealthy and almost untouchable men and women. The man was called Maxwell Fulton. He had a long period of protection. It took an eternity to apprehend him. He was incarcerated for less than a year when he committed suicide after the feds eventually caught him. He didn't have a pleasant experience in prison. Fulton was a child molester. Jenkins quickly got him assistance. Fulton stayed at a hospital for several days. He felt he could put his trust in Jenkins to protect his secrets when he returned. He had no idea that Jenkins, an informant, had been purposefully placed in the same cell as him, or that the other inmate despises pedophiles as well. Fulton told Jenkins everything because he believed he could trust him. He handed all the names the federal government required to his new friend. After Fulton committed suicide, the only person left to assist the government in locking up these influential individuals was Jenkins. Jenkins was confined to a penitentiary in Arizona. He had to be moved to Los Angeles. He consented to testify on behalf of the federal government, provided that Athena accompanied him. There were attempts on his life. The average cop was someone he couldn't trust not to turn on him. He gave Athena her name since he was positive she would carry out her duties. She already stopped him from getting taken by a bogus FBI agent on the drive from prison. She thought it would be easier to safeguard him if she put him on an airplane. Prior to the bees messing everything up, everything was going smoothly. Athena had never taken to the skies. She had some doubts about a simulator's ability to assist her. Those objects resembled video games. After a crash, they restart, which is not conceivable in real life. Athena nevertheless tried her hardest. Her buddies at the 118 were also on the phone talking to other passengers. Some of the passengers' injuries were treated by the firefighters. He returned to his father's side to sit. Jenkins turned out to be Athena's co-pilot. Jenkins had prevented the death of a teenager. Using a flame and a toothbrush, he made a shiv. He did a quick operation on her. She felt so much better. The plane started to break apart even more just as things were starting to get better. Jenkins inquired as to whether Athena knew of someone she would feel secure enough to take up Fulton's black book. Jenkins had been told where Fulton had hidden it. Even though they made it through the flight, Jenkins is unsure if he should be released from prison after utilizing that as a means of escape. He gave Athena the location of the book. She attempted to inform Bobby. Bobby was not using his phone. He was consulting on a television set. On the shoot, they were required to turn off their phones. Bobby was also receiving calls from Buck, and his voicemail kept going out to everyone. They were attempting to terminate Athena. Regarding the plane accident, they knew nothing. Meanwhile, Athena turned back to ask the young boy for assistance. Jem is his name. He was on a trip with his father. After his mother passed away, their family now takes holidays to all the destinations she had always wanted to see but was never able to. Without Jem, Athena tried piloting the aircraft. She simply didn't know it as well as he did. It was a landing in Los Angeles. Firefighters were being called to the airport from all across the city. After he gets Bobby, Buck promised his friends he would meet up with them. Buck made his way to the set. He discussed Athena with Bobby. They hurried to the location. An actor had to go with them. Being a method actor, he desired to witness genuine activity. Dumping him would have taken more time than taking him with them. Bobby took him along with them. Then, for more videos, subscribe.